Hello viewers, well with today's announcement of MXGP3 and Gravel, I caught up with the head of game design at Milestone, Irvin Zonca, to tell us more.
Hello, I'm Irvin Zonca, I'm the head of game design at Milestone and I'm working on MXGP3 and Gravel. We started working on the technology of MXGP3 2 years ago, because 2 years ago we decided to change our game engine, so we moved from our old technology to the Unreal Engine 4. So this is where the game programmers and the R&D department started working on the new features and on customizing the engine to let us work creating racing games. So MXGP basic technology has been during development for more than 1 year and a half, but the core game has been made in development for 8 months. So it's about 8 months that we are working on MXGP3, because after the initial part of the customization of the engine, we really discovered that Unreal Engine 4 let us work really quickly on the game parts, really let us prototype very fast, let us build very fast, let us work very quickly on everything that we need to have into the game. So compared to the past, we're not spending time on working on the engine, but we're spending time working on the game. One of the most important new feature of MXGP3 is of course the adoption of the Unreal Engine 4. Unreal Engine 4 helped us push toward realism in graphics, in terrain deformation, in physics, and also in very nice additions like weather system and generic time of the day. So one of the best features now that we have is completely revamped graphics with new rendering, new lighting, new particles, but we also had to trash everything that we did for the last games, and we started again with the physics, for example, because until MXGP2 we used the bullet to base our core physics technology. Now we are based on a physics made by NVIDIA that is supported by Unreal Engine 4, so everything that you will find in MXGP3 will be of course different because it's been redone, and it will be of course better because it runs on a fresh and modern technology. The game features Motocross of Nations, that is a special race that is held once per year, so all the nations gather together to determine what's the better in the off-cross motocross world. And we also feature the brand new two-strokes bikes. Our players have been asking us for the two-stroke bikes since years, and so now we are very happy of providing them with these bikes. Two-strokes bikes are very unique because they sound in a very different way compared to the four strokes, and also they reach the maximum horsepower at very high RPM, so it's really a different way of enjoying the gameplay of MXGP3. MXGP3 features new physics that have been totally reworked into the Unreal Engine 4. So basically they are more accessible for newcomers, but they are also more accurate from a simulation point of view. Also we have worked a lot on the terrain deformation, so we have a lot of grooves and ruts, and it really affects the gameplay because you really have to decide as the race goes by if you prefer to stay on the part of the track that is more flat, or if you want to follow the grooves to go deep into them and use them as banked corners in order to gain speed while exiting the corner. So it's very strategic deciding what trajectory is best to tackle race lap after lap. About the frame rate, we are aiming for 60 FPS on PC and 30 FPS on consoles, because we have the Unreal Engine, but we are working a lot also in improving the graphics with nice particles, with different weather conditions, for example. So we have also the heavy rain conditions that affects gameplay, but it's very heavy to be rendered in real time. Also consider that we have a lot of AIs in the track at the same time, and the terrain deformation is something that is very good to look at, is something very good for the gameplay, is a really nice addition, but is very heavy in frame time and rendering time. Gravel is a brand new game from Milestone. It's the most extreme off-road challenge. It celebrates off-road racing by taking the player to the most extreme locations all around the world with some of the best off-road vehicles ever created from the 70s to nowadays. It's a game made with the Unreal Engine 4, and it really pushes Unreal Engine 4 because it features a lot of different elements from the Unreal Engine 4, like the different the time of day, the different weather conditions, and for the first time we were able to work on open world maps. That is something that we really couldn't do with our old technology because it was a limit for us. So this is a title that points more towards arcade than simulation. I mean, under the hood there is a good simulation that is based on NVIDIA physics and has been customized into the Unreal Engine by us. But we are tuning the vehicles to be more like a simcade racing game in order to make everybody enjoy the feeling of rushing through the woods of Alaska or the shore of Pacific Island, competing with opponents, because in Gravel you are never alone, you are always in competition with somebody, and it's very good to rush through the dunes or taking jumps while you try to take all the opponents out of the race. Gravel features a lot of different locations, from open world maps to wild rushes that are exotic locations set up for hosting a race competition, American stadiums, and also real and licensed rallycross tracks. It features more than 50 vehicles from 70s to nowadays, spanning from Group B cars through trophy trucks, cross-country cars, and a lot of different off-road vehicles that you will recognize and you will love to play. The thing that excites me more about Gravel is that it's really a different game compared to the other that are now available on the market. It really reminds me on the 90s arcade games like Screamer that was made by Milestone, and we really got a lot of inspiration by Screamer when we were designing the game, and we really wanted to create something that made a full use of the new Unreal Engine technology that we have. When we started working on the Unreal Engine technology, we thought, wow, we are finally free to do what we want from a game design point of view. With our old technology, we were very limited in game design because we couldn't afford to have open maps or to have a different time of day, weather conditions, or to have a very good graphics. Now with Gravel, we can have that, and we thought that the best way of using all the features that Unreal Engine technology gives to you for free, let me say, is to create a very good arcade racing game based on the off-road competitions, because it will be a tour all around the world, from sand to snow to Pacific Islands, to enjoy what should be there in every game. So speed, adrenaline and fun.
So lots of information there from Irvin Zonca about the new games, certainly both looking absolutely fantastic at this stage. We'll have loads more gameplay coming up on the channel, lots of gameplay videos looking at the audio, comparisons, everything. We've got our team chats coming up, multicams, lots of coverage to look forward to, so watch this space. But that's it from me for now, and there'll be more from me and the team very soon.